What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Death Note episode 3, or is this 4? 4. Titled Pursuit. Coming off the last episode, I mean, we had a huge gamble given up there. We got kind of explained that the Death Gods, Reapers, Shinigamis, whatever we're calling them, have the ability to look at somebody, and just by looking at them, then get the person's name and the amount of years that they have left to live. Um, I'm forgetting what the gamble was in exchange. Um, was it that Light had to give those years are promised to Ryuk when this is all said and done if he touches a Shinigami's Death Note, I think is the exchange. So he'll be given this kind of, I mean, it's what could you really, I mean, if Light is really committed to this, Batman vigilante, I'll do it myself, I'll be the hero, I'll be the god that the world needs to, right the wrongs, X, Y, and Z, then this ability would be game changing. Everything he could ask for. I mean, just him stumbling upon a Death Note alone is better than anything he could have came up with mentally. And then to add this on top of it, it's like, how much better can it get? And all I've got to do is give those lives that I'm expected to live to him when it's all said and done. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. You guys will correct me with all that. All the specific questions you guys said will be answered in time, so I'm not going to try to rehash any of that too much. And I had a lot of explanations saying the Ryuk and the others, they just live for so long, and to just go on killing sprees of humans, it's like, what would they really get out of it? So I could understand from that instance that yes, they wouldn't do it just from a entertainment standpoint, but that I feel like that threat still looms as a possibility. If one day all the Shinigamis or death gods were like, all right, let's do something different. We live for so long anyway, let's just get it over with. Let's just go wipe out all the humans. They all could just show up, look at people, write names out, and just, I mean, you're talking mass extinction. So I had a lot of you tell me they probably wouldn't do that just because they don't get anything out of it. But my argument is it's something that they could do. They have the capability of doing. All the explanations on the Death Notes and how and who and where from, you guys have told me it'll be explained, so I'll just patiently wait on that. We'll piece it together and see how it goes. But I'm curious if Light does go through with this. Maybe we'll find out this episode. Let me drag this over here. And yeah, YouTube's been freaking out a lot lately. So this was supposed to be up on Tuesday. You guys will probably get it on Wednesday instead. I think I gave you guys an extra Avatar episode though. Even though the one we just put up on Patreon this week got copyrighted. So yeah, the subtitle should be back up. I know I had a lot of you asking about that. I think we're good to go. We're pressing play. Episode 4, titled Pursuit, right now. Let's get it. He'd be stuck there until the human dies, or until the Death Note is destroyed. So he was carrying 2. Where'd he get the extra one from? Oh, he just gives half of the remaining lifespan. So if he has 60 years left, he's forfeiting 30. So if, so if he's 18 now, was gonna die at 60. Hold on. He's got 42 years left. He'd be given 24 back, or whatever that math is. You guys got the math. He wants to accomplish his goal. I thought he actually would take it. So he's done this with humans before, it seems, since he's comparing him to. He's not sucking up to me, he's giving me a hard time. True. Hmm. Is there is there a way to trade? Hmm. That's what he thinks, though. Those are his motives. We don't know if how could he change it? I wonder if it's the English dubbed, but they make Ryuk seem so skittish and unsure of talking to Light and doesn't want to like set him off or anything. What if it comes off that same way in the Japanese? He can make them act out before the cause of death? Why the fuck is his desktop on the ground in a room? Bro, get a desk. Yeah, he can control their actions. He doesn't know if it. Yeah, so Light doesn't even really even know if what he tried actually worked. Hmm. 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 Oh, totally forgot he's got access to his dad's files, so I guess it doesn't matter if they release it to the press or not. He'll find out anyway. Which he couldn't possibly ever get to. Yeah, yeah. So he didn't die. Oh wow, okay. Someone write they don't. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't just reveal true false truths that they. Yeah. Can he make like an army of inmate soldiers if he wanted to? If he's like, I want 100 inmates to break out of their cells and attack all the guards right before they die. Is that possible? What is the. He's gonna make him do something in the streets. Imagine back in the days when you didn't have caller ID. Couldn't be me. The human who uses the note can neither go to heaven nor hell. Awkwardly long pause. If the death of the time is written within 40 seconds after the writing the cause of death, a heart attack, that death will be terminally manipulated and the time can go into effect within 40 seconds after writing the name. I'm curious of what his plan's going to be. Is he going to have somebody like attack a school, attack somebody? I wonder if this. I wonder if it's if that's somebody his father put to watch him, and not somebody that's actually suspicious of him. Have that guy attack the person that's following me? Can you do that or no? Let's see. I don't want to speculate too much. You know, he's out here playing with this girl's heart. Junior high. I don't know where you guys are from, but did you ever Is he following him to protect him? Don't you look. Today's his last day. Oh shit. But like I don't know where you guys are from, if it's just maybe a United States thing or maybe a southern thing. What the um did you guys call it junior high or did you call it high school? Well, my OBS is stuttering. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hopefully we're good. But did you guys call it junior high or did you call it high school? Whenever I hear junior high, that sounds weird to me. I mean, did you call it junior high or did you call it middle school? I've always called it middle school. Every time I hear junior high, it just ugh. We're dropping so many frames right now. I don't know what's happening, guys. I hope this doesn't. Well, we're still going right now. He's gonna try to find out that guy's name. This is this guy's last day. He could get cleared. Like could get cleared. Like, all right, I've been going over your son. He's cleared. Don't worry, we can move on. It's gonna look even more suspicious. What does it say? He's gonna give him his name. I'm a police officer. XYZ. Fuck. This is just gonna go way too smooth. I actually kind of feel bad for for our guy now. This is. I feel like I'm on edge. Like I feel like this is like Code Geass stuff. Like you kind of know what's gonna happen, but you don't. How can he see him? How can he see him? Did he touch a piece of a notebook paper that came from the book? He's gonna fire. He's gonna fire the gun. Dude, you're firing off some stray bullets. Did he shoot that policeman? Did he shoot that policeman? You're gonna get that guy, right? Jesus Christ. So did he? So what was his? What did he write for the cause of death for him then? Run over by a car? What was the? Huh. What did he write for the cause of death? Accidental. But he just put a specific time. He flees the bus. So, it begs the question, does he control destiny then? I mean, he does, but I feel bad for my man Ray. I kind of like, I felt like he's okay. Um, Dang, that was a pretty good episode. But here's the thing, though. Like, it comes down to, I mean, I mean, he's not even just controlling destiny. The man's God, but the fact that like it can control that, like, who's to say? I mean, this is just too much head canon, and we could sit here for hours. But who's to say that like that there was going to be a car there at that exact time? Because he wrote accidental death. I thought he wrote accidental death and just put a specific time. So it could be anything. He could have stepped out of that bus, tripped out of the stairs, fell and cracked his neck. He could have stepped out of that bus and something, a plane could have fallen from the sky and killed him. But he wrote accidental death, car, getting hit by a car accident, whatever. Um, but then there's got to be a car heading there at that exact time. The car is an object that's being controlled by somebody else. Like how is he controlling that, like, that specific car? What if it got stuck in traffic? What if it took a different turn? What if it decided to turn around? So like, is he mentally controlling like somebody else at the same time? Like, does that make sense of what I'm saying? Like, there's so many outside factors that could have prevented an actual car from being at that exact spot at that exact time. It'd be different if it was like kind of like, I don't even know, because that is like, to me, like, he's not just playing God with life or death. He's like controlling destiny as well. Um, it's like some Final Fantasy shit. Well, not Final Fantasy. What's the movies called? I don't know. But like, if he was sitting in a room with that guy and say like a building is being worked on construction wise, he's like, I want this guy to enter this building at 11:30. He's going to do the same thing inside. He's going to hold us hostage. He's going to see Ryuk and fire off stray bullets. At 11:45, he's going to run out of this building. When he runs out of this building, I want an accidental death to happen. And he wants that accidental death to be the construction that's being worked on the building. I want the scaffold to snap in half, crash down to the ground, and kill him. But it's like, who's to say that, like, the scaffold wasn't going to be up that day, or the operator or the construction company decide to move it, or you see what I'm saying? Like, he's controlling, like, inadvertently controlling, like, outside influences, you know? So now I don't even know what's like outside the realm of possibilities. Um, because it was just so specific that like so many things could have prevented a car from being there at that exact time. You know, when he called that uh, space shuttle place or whatever it was, they could have gotten on the phone and be like, "We just got a call from a bus. This bus, blank, 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 headed this direction. They've got a hijacker on there." They could have sent police officers miles ahead of, because they know. I mean, bus companies know the routes that the buses take. They could have sent police officers miles ahead to like mark this off. So if they're marking all that off and no cars are coming through pulling in, like how do you know that a car is going to be there at that exact time to run him over? I mean, shit just seems so specific. It's wild. Um, I kind of feel bad for Ray because he was just, I don't know what's better for a Light situation. To have been tailed by the FBI and to come back and be like, he's just a regular kid. He's been doing the same thing every day, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. And to have it be printed in the documents that, like, Light is no longer a suspect. Or to have the guy that was tailing you fall dead a couple days later after. Because then it's like, okay, that's a little, specific. And then maybe they trace it back to what did Ray do last? Oh, he was on this bus. Anybody on this bus get his name? That I don't know how you interview the people. It's not like you take ID to get on the bus. But I'm sure they'll interview people after this incident. And they'll get everybody's name and contact information. Like they could go back to that girl and be like, "Oh yeah, me and Light got his name. He showed us his badge," and then that just leads back to Light. Like it's, I don't know. I don't know what's better in that situation, but there's been some good episodes. I've been enjoying it a lot. It has that I mean, it feels like Code Geass all over again, but I kind of like it a little bit more. Um, and just because we're trying to figure out everything that has to be with it, just like Lelouch and the powers, like you didn't know the extents or what he could and couldn't do. He tested things out to see if he could do this, this, and this. But with Code Geass, we saw that there were people that could do things just like him. They could achieve certain things with their powers. I don't know if there's actually going to be a human counterpart to what he's doing as far as these abilities. Yeah, you might have people that decide to, they don't, like the police station doesn't report things to the media, which he can find out anyway through his father's information. Or they stop giving out, like, they can be human things that try to stop him. They surveillance his house, have people follow him X, Y, and Z. But is anybody going to be able to match him like a Death Note for Death Note on that kind of level? We'll see. And then I guess the final question with Ryuk, can he show to multiple people if multiple people have touched that book? Um, because I don't know if it was explained, but if somebody else touches Light's book, are they then the owner of that Death Note? And now well, no, because then what's keeping him from, like, if his mom was to pick it up, she's going to be able to see Ryuk, I think. If you touch it or touch any of the pages, she's going to be able to see Ryuk. She's always going to be able to see him unless the book is destroyed or unless he dies, or unless she dies. But then in that same instance, I guess the book is hers. Does then Light lose the ability to see him unless he then go touches the book? But then if he touches the book, does she then lose that ability to see him? Or anybody that touches that book can see him. So like Ryuk could see him, his mom could see, I mean not Ryuk, Light, his mom. If that criminal didn't die, he would always be able to see him? Or does it kind of like bounce from person to person? I'm not quite sure. And then how does, I guess, Light lose ownership of his book? If somebody else actually starts using it, it's no longer his? Could he always just take it back and start using it again? I don't know the specifics on that, but we'll wait and see how it plays out. But pretty solid episode. So I'm gonna end up doing Death Note Wednesday and Thursday. And then Patreon members, if you guys are seeing this, we did Avatar on Tuesday. I probably will do Avatar again Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Sunday. And then Patreon, I mean not Patreon, YouTube, you guys will get the Hunter x Hunter chapter that we put up Monday on Friday. Yeah, great stuff. I'm ready to find out more. Appreciate it. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,